But I also watched some of the special features, and I love a gag reel. You are largely spared embarrassment from it, I think, on this. I'm just curious for
Yeah.
you, was there a moment on set that was maybe difficult to get through? Just because I think I can only assume everyone was cracking up most of the time.
Anything I've said this, anything involving Channing, like when you're trying to be stoic and cool and Wolverine adjacent, and you have Channing Tatum doing the most ridiculous, hilarious accent you've ever heard in your life, and kind of ad-libbing the craziest lines, it's very hard to be cool and stoic. I had to tell Channing that in one of the shots, to not do his lines when I had to say, "It's Laura, let's fucking go." I had to be like, I can't. You need to shut up, and I'm just gonna do my. And he was like, I respect that. I'll be quiet.
Because like you do have him saying things like, "I'm about to make a name for myself," which has gone so viral. Just like that moment in particular. What was that like to film?
Like I said, we were all dying of laughter. Like there's so many things that they didn't include in the gag reel of us genuinely not being able to get through scenes. And what's really funny is that now I get quoted that at me at the street, like at least once a week. Someone will like scream that to me across the street. They'll be like, I had to make a name for myself. And I'm like, shout out Channing.
Oh, it's so wild.
So wild.
Um, you know, Obviously you playing Lara, X-23, the character is now, wears the Wolverine suit in the comics. Were you kind of hoping you would get to wear a super suit in this? Because you are, I think, the only one who does it. Even though, Lara has her look, it's very distinctive. The
He does
glasses
have a
are
look.
part of her super suit, I think. But, did you want to suit up for real?
I think suiting up would be fun. I mean, I love a super suit. I think they're the coolest costumes ever. I remember watching X-Men as a kid and being like so obsessed with like the kind of the leather. Like it's so cool. So I was excited to get a suit, but I got honestly, I didn't feel jealous of those guys when we were filming because I was in jeans and a top and they were all like really uncomfortable. So I was having a blast. I was just like in nice jeans, boots, and a crop top, and I was
Right,
very
a nice top.
and a backpack. I had a backpack. I got to carry my backpack. I was like, one second, got my water in my backpack. I was having a vibe. I was very comfy.
Good. And I know you've said that you would love to keep playing Lara. I know you also wouldn't be able to tell me if there are plans for that to happen. But if it were to happen, who would you like to team up with in this greater MCU now that,
Mm.
there are so many characters that
There are so
this
many
opens
characters.
up to?
Um, I would honestly be happy to team up with anyone. I think I think the whole like new mutants that they're creating is really cool. And that would be a really fun thing to be a part of. I think a big team up would be cool. I think Laura's a character that works really well in teams just because of she's a fun character in a way that's like kind of like that Wolverine kind of grumpy energy that always is kind of comedic in itself.
Yep.
Um, but it
You
would be
need it to
really cool if
balance things out.
yeah, there's a bunch of really cool new Marvel characters that I'm really excited to see. I'm really excited to see like just yeah, I'm excited. I'm just excited. I keep saying this, but I'm very
As
excited.
you should be. Because yeah, like I'm sure we'll see you again, but I know you can't say
Touch wood,
anything.
hopefully.
And can you talk a little bit about the big fight scene when you are alongside Jennifer Garner, Wesley Snipes, Channing Tatum, you know, especially Jennifer and Wesley, who have these huge, history with Marvel. Just
Mm,
being on set with them, what is that like? And working on these fight scenes?
mm. It's it's crazy. I mean, I stunt trained with Jen, and it was I met Jen at stunt training, and I was like,
Okay.
this is insane. I'm literally fighting Elektra. This is the coolest thing ever. Um, and there, Jen is such a wonderful, nurturing, sweet, kind soul that it's really cool
Yeah.
to see her snap into this kind of like real like badass energy, and then she's like most adorable ray of sunshine. And it was really fun.
Right. She's such just like a mom on social media and then
She's
such a
such a
badass
mom.
in these
And
films.
she took such good care of me, and she was always checking in and being like, if you need anything, I'm here. And I felt so taken care of by everyone on that set. But Jen was really a pillar for me while we were filming. And doing that whole stunt scene was so fun. I think the three of us, including Channing, really enjoy stunt work and really
Yeah.
enjoy. So it was just very, very cool to do that. And we were all, again, I keep saying excited, but we were all very excited to show everyone our little tricks that we'd been practicing and that we'd learned. And everyone had worked so hard. I know that Wesley had like trained so much. I mean, we saw how much Jen trained in that video she put out. This
Right.
Jen is
But
so,
you too, I mean, you're flying around on the wireworks. That's in some of the behind the scenes
I
stuff,
had a
and
lot
that's
of
crazy.
thank you. I really wanted to get it right. And I think Hugh did such an iconic thing with Wolverine that I've always felt like I have something that I have to kind of try to live up to as much as I can, knowing that I won't ever because it's Hugh Jackman as Wolverine. Come on, but it's really cool that I have a reference to draw from, and
Yeah.
it was really fun to kind of watch, even just like watch Logan back and remember what that kind of movement was. And a lot of the fights were based around that. And kind of the first conversation I had with the stunt coordinator was I got there and he was like, do you remember any fights? And I was like, yeah. And we kind of based a lot of it around the kind of movement that Garrett Warren and Steve Brown had designed in Logan.
Mm. Well, I say hats off to you. You did incredible, and Laura has, I think, about as many fans as a Wolverine and a Deadpool. I think you're up there. So don't
Whoa,
don't
whoa.
sell yourself short.